Honorable Nyikal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support this bill. I support this bill because in reality, in the maintenance of law and order, in the whole issue of governance, in the whole issue of integrity, there are two institutions that are critical. One is the institution of the National Police Service, and one the institution of the Judicial Service. If those two do not work, or there are doubts in their performances, all other efforts amount to nil. Therefore, this bill that seeks to be very clear on how the Inspector General and the Deputy Inspector General are appointed is extremely important. And so that it removes any clarity, it removes any doubt. It is very clear who can be appointed and who cannot be appointed, which means what we are used to as people lobbying, even if people lobby, they will only be lobbying amongst people who are capable of doing the job, because the bill has stated very clearly what they must have as experiences, what kind of jobs they have held, what qualifications they have. So, Madam Speaker, that clarity is extremely important. The other is the term limit. It's also very clear for how long they will serve. And again, that means that once somebody is in office, they can plan that how long they are going to serve, what changes they want to make, and make sure that there's enough time, work on it. And two, it will also bring confidence, because in the forces, people grow by the ranks, and people would like to know that if I move in this direction, in this time, by this, I can get there. And if then it's not clear how long people are going to stay in office, and it's left to the vagaries of politics and other issues, then the officers lose morale. And there's nothing worse than in the police force, or, as I said also in the judicial, that people do not feel like there's a future for them in the service, that however hard they work, they'll not get anywhere. When people get to that and they take I don't care attitude, the suffering is actually great. I always say, Madam Speaker, that those two institutions, we can talk about integrity, we can talk about corruption, but if those two institutions, the National Police Service and the judicial system, do not work, all is lost. Therefore, this bill comes at appropriate time. Madam Speaker, what I would then say that it has set out who should not be, it has set out the term, and it has indicated when you cannot be. But what probably is not here that then we will have to look at seriously in the whole of the police service is the progression of people. Because if again, at the lower levels, people do not progress as designed in time, so that a lot of people also reach the limit before they get there, then another despondence will come where people know that people can delay, and when people get to maybe 58, 59, and they know they are still far down, even as early as 50, and they see people ahead of them, the crowd ahead of them, the line ahead of them, and they know that there's an age limit, then again you are going to see despondence and people not working in line. With that, Madam Speaker, I support the bill, but what I think we look at in the structure of the National Police Service, I think in the armed forces, I think they have managed to actually make sure that at every stage, you can stay at that stage for just a fixed period of time. That means you move quickly, and therefore people have hope that I can get to the top as I'm moving. And my movement at the lower stages are also timed. If we only time and put a limit at the top, we are likely to have chaos in the lower cadres if the movement are also not equally coordinated. With that, Madam Speaker, I support this bill.
Honorable Ndikiri.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I join to support this bill. from the practice, the retirement age of civil servants